Hey there, comic book fans. Here I am on a Wednesday, a day earlier than my usual comic shop day, because of course tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I'll be out eating. So this week at the comic shop, what did I get? 5 comics on my pull list, and then I whimsically got one off the shelf. You'll never guess which one, because, why would you be able to? But anyway, we'll start out with The Fade Out, number 11. Only one issue left after this. I very much enjoyed our Phillips and Brubaker story of old Hollywood murder, intrigue. We're getting to the end of the story where he says that, this one is kind of written like a novel, so there weren't really story arcs or anything like that. Just goes kind of from beginning to end. But I'm really a fan of Sean Phillips' art. I like Ed Brubaker's writing on this. I've been following their pairing work for years and years. And when they finish with The Fade Out, they'll start up another series, and I'll be buying that one too. Next, we have Outcast, issue number 13. I think a new story arc starts here by Kirkman and Paul Azaceta. Oh, and Paul Azaceta just appeared on my friend's podcast, Cruising Together, where they've been going through my Greg Schiegel and Chris Giarrusso, who are both also cartoonists, have been going through in chronological order all the Tom Cruise movies and watching and talking about them. They watch the movie beforehand and then talk about it afterwards. And Paul Azaceta appeared on the one that came out just the other day on the 20th, I think. So put Cruising Together into iTunes or Google. I think he also has a website for it. And you can find Paul Azaceta talking about, what movie was it? Tropic Thunder? I still don't like these little inset panels, but what the heck. I just find them interruptive. But we don't want to ruin too much in this one as he tries to... I think he's trying to exorcise his demons out of his sister or something in this issue. But Outcast has been good. It's a TV show. It's being produced as a TV show. We'll probably be hearing a lot more about it. So stay tuned. And here we go with Rumble, issue 9. John Arcudi, James Harron, and Dave Stewart on colors. I really liked last issue's Halloween issue. I'm generally not one for holiday-themed issues, but last month's Halloween issue was just a good story. And after the first trade/story arc of Rumble, they've been doing a lot of kind of done-in-ones since then. And I love the artwork on it. The story is kind of cool about this ancient, old-time Rumble, the lead guy there, Rathrak, trying to get his old body back from these crazy demons who want nothing to do with him. But it's a fun book. There's a sense of humor that runs through it, and some gore and violence, and generally interesting story. Rumble, issue number 9. And then Saga is back, chapter 31. Fiona Staples, Brian K. Vaughan. Fun, sprawling, epic space book about a family who got separated and are trying to find their way back in the middle of a war. If you don't know about Saga by now, lots of crazy characters, lots of goings-on, and some daring-do. It's a book, Brian K. Vaughan is one of those writers who I find very artist-dependent for me liking him, meaning that I really have to like the artist to like his writing. And this is one where I generally do. I like Fiona Staples' art. I think she works very well with Brian K. Vaughan. And I've been buying it for 31 issues now, so I'm going to keep on going. And here we've got Spawn number 258. And I'm actually really excited for this book. Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane are teaming up to do the writing and drawing on it, I think. I haven't looked at it. Let's see, there's credits. Story, Todd McFarlane. Art, Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane. But I've never bought Spawn regularly. Look at that, nice. I'm a regular reader of Savage Dragon. So I like Eric Larson. Never been a huge Todd McFarlane fan, but I just thought this was an interesting idea. The two teaming them up to bring back the original Spawn. They're going to be on the book for at least a year, I think it was said, and there's some real nice... And I think they're going to be switching off pencils and inks and flopping the pages back and forth and just kind of having fun with it and doing whatever they want. So I find that a really interesting idea, and for the first time ever, Spawn is on my pull list. So that's got to say something about my excitement level for the book. Check it out yourselves. You ready for this? I'm going to have a big reveal. See if you can guess what comic I bought. No, you can't. I didn't think you could, just because why would anyone in the world think I ever would buy Witchblade? Whoops, we got to glare on it. Witchblade, number 185, double-size series finale. Now, this is my whimsical purchase because I have never, ever, ever bought an issue of Witchblade. I don't think I've ever read an issue of Witchblade. I remember when the TV show was on, watching an episode or two of Witchblade. But I saw this and was like, you know what? For some reason, I feel compelled to get the very last issue of Witchblade. Yes, my whimsy cost me $6. I don't even know. I just noticed it in the store this week. I'm not even sure if it just came out this week, or if it was out before. But I just noticed it and was like, you know what? I'm getting me some Witchblade. So how crazy is that? Never having bought an issue of Witchblade in my life, I buy the last issue of Witchblade. Because many times in the comic shop, I have walked by Witchblade and said, you know, I've never bought an issue of that. So this was the last time I got to walk by an issue of Witchblade and say, you know what? I never bought an issue of that. So I did. How's that for a nutty surprise book? And I guess, you know, it could be a speculation book, too, with all these last issues of series going for a lot of money now, 20 years later. I wonder how many people will have Witchblade 185 20 years from now. Probably not a lot. I imagine sales aren't too strong on it. That's why it's being canceled. But anyway, there's my whimsical book of the week, Witchblade. And finally, we'll give you a look at some of my background art that I've been working on lately. These are Ice Blue covers 1 and 3, my comic book cover style drawings. And I've been working in, this is a blue ink that I bought a little while ago and wasn't sure what to do with. And somehow I came up with this name, Ice Blue, for these drawings. And I said, I think the blue ink will be perfect for those. Like I said, I've never inked in blue ink before. It can be a little tricky. You have to make sure that you get the right density with it. But I must say I had fun inking in blue. I've got a couple other different color inks that I haven't used yet that have been sitting around, yellow and red. I'll see what I can do with them. I don't know. I don't even know how it's possible to ink in yellow. I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, there's a look at some art, and you guys have a good week.